Good evening. I call the virtual meeting of the Copper Valley Electric Association membership to order at 6:30 p.m. this Tuesday, May 4th, 2021 in Valdez, Alaska. My name is Lon Rake and I am the board president. On behalf of the entire CVEA team, I'd like to thank each of you for joining us via Zoom this evening and helping CVEA celebrate another year, even though it was a year of many challenges. Upon registering for this meeting, each member was entered into a database that was used to draw a number of great door prizes prior to the start of this meeting. All general door prize winners will be provided on screen at the end of the meeting and posted on CVEA's website and social media following the recess of this evening's meeting. In addition, one lucky winner will win the grand prize of an F-150 beater. That drawing will be done live during the meeting later in the agenda. Please remember that all door prizes must be picked up at the CVEA office during regular business hours. I also want to announce that every registered membership who is online with us this evening will receive a $10 credit on their electric bill. This will be automatic, so there's nothing to lose or to turn on. Watch for this credit on your May bill. Before we get started, I would like to walk you through voting and question and answer protocol for tonight's meeting. Your computer, mobile device, or phone will be muted and unmuted by the meeting moderator. You will be unmuted to state your name if necessary when voting, or to ask a question during the question and answer section of the meeting. Once unmuted by the moderator, please unmute your device. If joining by phone, unmute your phone by typing *6. Members will be asked to vote for 3 items this evening: approval of the 2019 and 2020 minutes, acceptance of reports, and appointments to the Board of Adjustment. For each of these votes, a member vote will be counted as in favor unless an opposed vote is given. To an issue opposed vote, please raise your virtual hand when asked. Voting instructions are as follows. Those on a computer or mobile device, look for the yellow waving hand icon and click it once. You will notice a yellow hand has been placed in the corner of your personal image. For those on the phone, please type *9 to raise your hand. Those on the phone who provided an opposed vote will be unmuted and asked to state their name for the record. Questions and answers will take place after the CEO report on the agenda. To ask a question, again, please raise your virtual hand. Members will be unmuted to ask their questions. Members online may also ask a question by clicking the Q&A button and typing in their question. We will do our best to answer questions in the order they are received. Now, we will watch the Board of Directors introduce themselves in this short video.
Hi, my name is Yvette Delaquido. I'm the Vice President of the CVEA Board of Directors in the Copper River District. Occupation, I am employed with the Copper River School District.
Good day, everyone. My name is Dan Stowe. I'm the board secretary for the Valdez District, and I'm retired. That doesn't mean I don't work, but I am retired from the paying position.
Hi, I'm Will Stark. I am the board treasurer for the Valdez District. I work for First National Bank, Alaska.
Hi, I'm Paul Kildall. I'm a director here in the Copper Basin, Copper Valley Electric District. My occupation was driving a line truck for Crowley, and I'm retired.
Hi, I'm Jan Maslin, and I'm a director for the Copper Basin District, and I work at the National Park Service.
Hello, my name is Jeff Sachs. I'm a board director for the Valdez District. Me and my wife own Eagles Rest RV Park in Valdez.
Hi, I'm Mark Shorten, director in Copper River Basin, and I'm a small business owner.
At this time, we ask that you join us for a farewell video to honor past director Fred Williams. Director Williams served the members of CVEA for 49 years before retiring from the board in 2020. Fred passed in February, and his spunky personality, hard work, and dedication to the cooperative will forever be missed.
A quorum was established with 216 members. The following meeting notice, along with election materials, was mailed out to 2,737 active members on Wednesday, April 1, 2021, in accordance with CVEA bylaws. Copper Valley Electric Association invites you to the 2021 annual meeting of members. The annual meeting will be held virtually via Zoom on Tuesday, May 14th, 2021 for the Valdez District, and on Wednesday, May 5th, 2021 for the Copper Basin District. This business meeting will begin at 6:30. Advanced registration will be required and will end at 12 p.m. on the day of the meeting for each district. The first 75 members in each district who register between April 1 and April 20 will receive an early registration gift, one per membership. Registered members will be eligible for door prizes, but must be present for the meeting to be eligible to win the grand prize. The purpose of the meeting shall be to hear reports, ask questions about your electric cooperative, accept director elections and bylaw amendments results, and to transmit any other business that may come before the membership. Now we have a motion on the floor to dispense with the reading of the 2019 annual meeting minutes as they were available to you online at cvea.org. We will now proceed with approval for those minutes. If you are in favor of accepting the minutes as presented, no action is required. All those opposed, we ask you to please signify by raising your virtual hand. And again, you can raise that hand by clicking the yellow waving icon or pressing *9 if joining by phone.
At this time, we are looking for people who have opposed votes to the motion. If you are opposed to the motion, please raise your hand. I am seeing Jennifer Dittman has raised your hand. You will be unmuted. Please state your name for the record.
Lower.
Jennifer, you've lowered your hand.
Yes, I accidentally raised my hand. Sorry about that.
Okay, no worries. Thank you. I'm seeing Dennis Murphy. You're raising your hand to signify an opposed vote. Your mic has been unmuted. Please state your name for the record.
Dennis Murphy.
Thank you. I'm not seeing any other hands raised for opposed vote at this time. Please continue.
The motion passes. We now have a motion from the floor to dispense with the reading of the 2020 annual meeting minutes as they were available to you online at cvea.org. We will now proceed with the approval of those minutes. If you are in favor of accepting the minutes as presented, no action is required. All those opposed, please signify by raising your virtual hand. And again, you can raise your hand by clicking the yellow waving hand icon or pressing *9 if you are joining by phone.
Okay, we are seeing a couple of members with raised hands. Dennis Murphy, you are to signify an opposed vote. You're being unmuted. Please state your name for the record.
Dennis Murphy.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, we are not seeing any more raised hands to signify an opposed vote. Please continue.
The motion passes. At this time, Treasurer Will Stark will now present the Treasurer's report.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Each of you received a copy of the annual meeting report with your ballot package in the mail. I will hit some of the financial highlights the statement addresses. I will start with the top section of the report, which is the balance sheet. The cooperative ended the year financially sound with assets of $78.6 million.
I'm thinking Dennis didn't know that.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Each of you received a copy of the annual meeting report with your ballot package in the mail. I will hit some of the financial highlights the statement addresses. I will start with the top section of the report, which is the balance sheet. The cooperative ended the year financially sound with assets of $78.6 million. This was $1.7 million lower than in 2019 due to additional investment in plant. In December, CVEA paid out $687,000 in capital credits. Member equity at the end of the year was $21 million, which equates to 27% of assets. Moving to the income statement, fuel costs were 24% of the total revenue collected for the year. That is approximately $516,000 higher than in 2019. This was due to more kilowatt hours being generated with fuel compared to the prior year. 80% of the heat revenue from the cogeneration project are returned to the members as a credit on the bill to help offset fuel cost. In 2019, a total of $1.3 million was given back to members. CVEA ended 2020 with over $1.2 million in margins. If you would like a more detailed explanation of CVEA's financial status, please contact Jamie Matthews. Thank you for attending this year's annual meeting.
Moving on to election results, it is my pleasure to recognize the members who took the time to serve the cooperative as a member of the Credentials and Election Committee for the Valdez District. These individuals collected the ballots, validated the signatures on the back of the return envelopes, and then counted the ballots for the director elections and bylaw amendments. Mrs. Anita Fannin, who served as chairperson, Mrs. Lori Plaster, who served as secretary, Mrs. Larissa McDonald, Mrs. Myrna Dahl, and Mr. Bobby Gibbs. Please join me in recognizing these individuals for their dedication to the cooperative. Anita Fannin of the Valdez Credentials and Election Committee will present the election results.
In the Valdez District, 1,562 ballot packages were mailed to active members. The Credentials and Elections Committee received 246 return ballots. Of those, 225 were validated and counted. The election results are as follows. Lon Rake got 215 votes. Will Stark, 217 votes. The Valdez District membership reelected Lon Rake and Will Stark each to a 3-year term. In the Copper Basin District, 1,196 ballot packages were mailed to active members. The Credentials and Elections Committee received 300 return ballots. Of those received, 290 were validated and counted. The election results are as follows. 253 votes for Paul Kildall, 235 for Jan Maslin. The Copper Basin District membership re-elected Paul Kildall to a 3-year term and elected Jan Maslin to a 1-year term. With the bylaws amendment results, 2,758 ballot packages were mailed to active members of the cooperative. The Credentials and Election Committee received 546 return ballots. Of those received, 498 were validated and counted. The election results are as follows. 357 voted yes, 141 voted no. The bylaw amendments passed by a vote of the cooperative membership. It is also my pleasure to announce the winner of the election ballot drawing. The winner will receive a $50 energy credit that will be applied to your May electric bill. The winner is Lester Green. Congratulations and thanks to everyone who submitted a valid ballot.
Congratulations to the winners and thank you for running for a seat this year. Now, as president of the Community Foundation, I provide the Community Foundation report. The CVEA Community Foundation was established to allow Copper Valley Electric to provide educational scholarships to individuals and to make contributions to educational, scientific, and charitable organizations in our communities. Funding the foundation comes from unclaimed capital credits that have reverted to the cooperative from members like you who have made one-time or reoccurring donations and fundraisers. In 2020, the foundation awarded $17,575 in contributions to 12 nonprofit organizations in our communities. The foundation was pleased to provide funding to the Wrangell Institute for Science and the Environment, Valdez Co-op Preschool, Copper River Watershed Project, Valdez Adventure Alliance, Copper Valley Community Library, Valdez Museum and Historical Archive, Valdez City Schools, the 6th grade science, Valdez City Schools 6th through 8th grade skills, Copper River Basin Child Advocacy Center, Stepping Stones Learning Center, Copper River Hockey Club, and the Valdez Torpedo Swim Club. Each year, the foundation solicits community members to participate on the scholarship selection committee in their district. These members volunteer their time to support the foundation's scholarship program and the cooperative. I'd like to take this opportunity to extend a heartfelt thanks to the people who have served on the Valdez Scholarship Selection Committee this year. The first one is Miss Angela Reese, who served as chairperson, Miss Ann Branshaw, and Miss Stephanie Morgan. Now please watch and join a video announcing the 2021 scholarship winners. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce CVEA Chief Executive Officer Travis Millian, who will present the CEO report.
Good evening and welcome again to the CVEA Annual Membership Meeting. Thank you for joining us virtually tonight. I look forward to seeing you in person at next year's annual meeting. I'm happy to be here tonight and tell you what's been going on at the cooperative. 2020 was unlike any year we've ever experienced in the cooperative's history. There were numerous challenges for you, the members, and CVEA last year. Together, we adapted to many changes to including the cancellation of last year's annual meeting, closing our lobbies to the public, working from home, changing work practices to allow for social distancing and other mitigation protocols, and the overall uncertainty of what the future was to hold. The lack of tourism in our communities was devastating to many businesses last summer. Many of our community small businesses adapted and found ways to overcome, while others were forced to remain closed for the season. In addition, a lackluster fishing season contributed to a reduction in energy sales and revenue compared to budget. The team at CVEA stepped up to the challenge and kept your cooperative running smooth. One of the greatest honors working at an electric cooperative is actually one of our guiding principles, care for community. In addition to capital credit retirements, scholarships, and donations through the CVEA Community Foundation to local nonprofit organizations, CVEA contributed nearly $70,000 through the COVID Community Support Program in 2020, helping members and supporting local businesses through the gift certificate program, meals purchased from local restaurants for essential workers, contributions to those who are struggling, donations to nonprofits who partnered to take care of those in need, and hosting a kids' summer activity program. These were the highlights for most of the team at CVEA. To be called a bright light during an otherwise dark time by one of our members, the entire cooperative was very proud and humbled. I could continue to talk about this effort, but figured highlighting it in a video would be much more entertaining for you. I want to thank the board for their ongoing support to our communities and thank the CVEA team for developing and executing these programs. I would also like to highlight the relaunch of the Co-op Connections program. Co-op Connections is part of our community support efforts and provides local, state, and even national discounts to our members, while supporting local businesses by encouraging local shopping and providing free marketing exposure and programs. One great benefit, especially as we head into summer, is that the program is nationwide. Over 500 other co-ops across the country participate. So those visiting our communities from other co-ops can find your business information and take advantage of your discounts. And the same goes for our members who are traveling. To promote this feature, we're launching a spring into summer campaign in a few short weeks to highlight places to stay, eat, shop, relax, and recreate for visitors and locals alike this summer. This video will highlight the important components of this program. Cindy Unger, Cooperative Assistant from our Valdez office, has been the driving force in this program. If you're a member looking for discounts or a business wanting to participate, please contact Cindy. Additionally, I'm happy to announce that CVEA plans to resume our member tours this fall. This is an opportunity for members to get up close and personal with CVEA facilities in the Valdez district, including the Valdez Diesel Plant, Cogen, the Solomon Gulch and Allison Creek hydroelectric plants, and weather dependent, a trip to the Solomon Lake and the diversion structure at Allison. This is a very comprehensive all-day tour that has been extremely well received by those who have attended in the past. Information regarding the tour will be provided on cva.org and our Facebook page in the near future. Tours of the Glen Allen facilities can be arranged as well, but they're not regularly scheduled due to low past participation. Finally, while COVID was a challenge to our day-to-day operations, providing safe, reliable, and economic electric services and programs to our membership could not be compromised. Our line crews and contractors continued to clear vegetation on our distribution and transmission rights-of-way to continue to reduce the number of outages caused by trees. The crew also continued to replace aging material and equipment and install devices to better protect and isolate our lines in the event of a fault. CVEA's reliability continues to improve with fewer and shorter outage duration from years past. The cooperative continued the streak of over 35 years of clean audits while making multiple efficiency improvements in the accounting department. Major overhauls were completed on multiple of our large diesel generators, as well as upgrades to our hydro and cogen plants, increasing efficiencies and reliability. The procurement of parts and coordinating contractors took additional time last year, but CVEA's work did not slow down. We accomplished many needed projects in 2020 while maintaining an astonishing safety record. CVEA's team is second to none. Everyone is dedicated to the membership and proud of the essential service that we provide. I believe this video, an operator story, which is the first of our new People Behind the Switch series, will give you a sneak peek into what power plant operators do to ensure the mission of CVEA's membership is upheld.
We believe that what you do is vital to the success of our communities. How does Copper Valley Electric support your efforts? Let's take a look at the people behind the switch.
I usually leave my house about 6:40. When we first show up, we do our turnover with the night shift operator, because that is a plant that is manned 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. It might be, oh, it's been nice and quiet, you're all good to go, or you could show them, like, we have a major outage, we got linemen out here, we have engines down. You never know what you're gonna walk into. First thing you do is look at all your remote equipment, you monitor it, and then we do our mechanical logs to make sure our turbines are good, and check all the gauges, check all the temperatures, checking all the fluids. You could have one little thing, you say, oh, it's not that big of a deal right now, but if you ignore it, neglect it, that little deal turns into a big deal, and it will cost a lot of money to not only the company, but the membership. When you are working at the Solomon Gulch plant, you are not only an operator, but you are also a dispatcher. That dispatcher at that plant will be the one receiving those outage phone calls and trying to help troubleshoot with the linemen while they're trying to figure out what happened. We have a very diverse crew, 7 operators in Valdez and 3 in Glen Allen. Those guys have the same responsibilities. They are required to maintain that plant, and they do a very good job of it. Allison Creek is a 100% remote power plant. We will take our track rig, put on our snowshoes, and we will hike all the way up to 1,300 feet elevation and check everything out. I started as an operator training, so I've been here for about 7.5 years. I've lived here my whole life, and so has most of the people that work for this company. So we all feel that when you know that you do a good job, the operators know that it directly impacts your neighbors and your friends and your community. The nurses, the doctors, the police officers, the fire department, the people working in the restaurants, the stores, they can focus on their task and not worry about getting the lights back on and their equipment's working or not. It's our job to be as efficient and as reliable as possible for them.
The next time you flip the switch, remember, Copper Valley Electric operators appreciate the efforts of our community members, and we're working hard to support you.
I hope you enjoyed that video as much as we enjoyed working on it. I want to recognize Kyle Anderson for volunteering to let the camera crew follow him around to make this video. In addition to a multitude of maintenance projects and inspections throughout the power plants, you'll likely see CVEA equipment, crews, and contractors outside of Glen Allen along the Glen Highway, clearing vegetation on the right-of-way this year. We will also be working on several system improvement projects in the Gacona area and Valdez. Finally, as a reminder, please be mindful of our crews when they're working alongside the road. Slow down and keep them safe. The last thing I'd like to talk to you about is you, the member. We want to hear from you. We want to know if you think we're doing a good job and where you think we could do better. Our communications department will be launching a member survey in the third quarter, and I encourage you to participate. Your feedback is important to us, so please watch for that as we head into the fall. And now I'd be happy to take any questions you may have. As a reminder, if you have a question, please raise your virtual hand by clicking on the yellow waving hand icon. Members online may also ask a question by clicking the Q&A button and typing in their question. If you're joining by phone, please press *9. Members will be unmuted to ask their questions, and we'll do our best to answer the questions in the order they're received.
Okay, at this time, we are not seeing any raised hands and no, one just popped up. Okay, Dennis Murphy, you're going to be unmuted. Please state your question.
Yeah, how many months was the cogen plant operating this winter?
The question was, how many months was the cogen plant in operation this year? And we brought the cogen on about mid-October, and it just came offline the 1st of May. Be happy to take any other questions you may have.
Okay, at this time, we are not seeing additional questions, so we will go ahead and proceed. Thank you.
All right, thank you again for attending the CVEA annual meeting. I will now turn the meeting back over to President Rake.
We have a motion from the floor to accept the reports as presented. If you are in favor of accepting the minutes as presented, no action is required. All those opposed, please signify by raising your virtual hand. Again, you can raise your hand by clicking the yellow waving hand icon or pressing *9 if joining by phone.
Again, we are looking for opposed votes. If you have an opposed vote, please raise your hand. Okay, seeing none at this time, we'll proceed.
The motion passes. There is no old business to come before the membership, so we'll move on to new business, the appointment of Board of Adjustment. The Board of Adjustment is a group of interested members that act as an appellate body to hear complaints that the cooperative has violated the terms of its tariffs. Members with complaints will follow the co-op's written complaint procedures prior to convening of the Board of Adjustment. Prior to the meeting, we solicited names of candidates interested in appointment to the Board of Adjustment on CVEA's social media page and at cvea.org. We have a motion from the floor to appoint Sue Ellen Montes, Rebecca Smith, Catherine Peltier to serve a 2-year term on the Board of Adjustment. If you are in favor of accepting the appointment of Sue Ellen Montes, Rebecca Smith, and Kathleen Peltier serve a 2-year term on the Board of Adjustment, no action is required. All those opposed, please signify by raising your virtual hand. Again, you can raise your hand by clicking the yellow waving hand icon or pressing *9 if joining by phone.
Okay, we are seeing no raised hands. We can proceed.
The motion passes. Thank you to everyone who submitted their name. I appreciate your support of the cooperative. To those of you who have appointed this evening, we will contact you in the near future to explain your duties and responsibilities. If there is any other new business to be brought forward from the membership, please raise your virtual hand.
You're seeing no raised hands. We can proceed.
If not, I'll turn the meeting over to CEO Million for special recognition.
This year, we have two Valdez employees celebrating milestones. Xena Disney, the Generation Admin, is celebrating 15 years. Xena is a great asset to CVEA. She truly enjoys tedious projects that she can become engaged in until completion, which many others would surrender long before that, especially if it has anything to do with air quality permitting. I always enjoy listening to Xena's stories. Xena's supervisor, Wayne McKenzie, had this to say about her. Xena has meticulous attention to details and is especially well organized. She is always a pleasure to work with and has a wonderful sense of humor, and I look forward to working with Xena for many more years to come. Cindy Butheris, our operations admin, is celebrating 20 years of service. In the 20 years Cindy has been with CVEA, she has seen a lot of things change and people come and go. She has always been an anchor for the team and always very consistent. Cindy has a skill and pure enjoyment for drawings and digital mapping and excels at both. Cindy has a huge heart and is very caring for her family and her dog Ruffy. If we ever needed to find Cindy, we know she'd be on the water fishing for halibut, volunteering at the animal shelter, or cheering on her favorite football team, Go Seahawks. According to CFO Jamie Matthews, Cindy is an integral part of the CVA team. She has done a great job communicating with members for new construction and has been dedicated to improving CVA's mapping system. We appreciate Cindy's commitment to CVA. 20 years is something to celebrate. In addition, in the Copper Basin District, 2 employees will be recognized tomorrow for their service to CVA. Toby Wall, our journeyman lineman, has been serving for 5 years. Toby is an amazing asset for our team. He is reliable and always willing to do anything it takes to complete the job at hand. It has been a pleasure to get to know Toby and his family over the last 5 years. Toby's supervisor, Todd Staley, had this to say about him. You can count on Toby to be there when you need him. He works hard day and night as needed. And finally, Mary Ellen Bedrick, our revenue accountant, is celebrating 30 years of service. Mary, congratulations on 30 years of service. What an incredible accomplishment. Mary is so much fun to work with and always one of the first people to say good morning in the morning every day. And because I wasn't in Glen Ellen this morning, Mary, good morning. When she does retire, which she says she intends to do in the near future, she will leave very large shoes to fill. She has forgotten more about the cooperative in her job than most of us will ever be able to learn. Jamie Matthews had this to say about her. Mary Ellen has a high standard in the accounting and customer service departments for 30 years and is the expert on billing, capital credits, and customer service. Her job knowledge and quality of work is second to none. CVA is fortunate to have a dedicated and solid employee like Mary Ellen, and it has been a privilege to work with her for the last 15 years.
Finally, please join me in congratulating Travis Million on his 10 years of service. Travis continues to excel in his duties as CEO. Our board meetings are very informative and productive, thanks to his leadership abilities. He and his team have made tremendous progress in the AMI project, right-of-way clearing, maintenance, and system upgrades, as well as the safety program. It is a pleasure working with a caliber person like Travis. If there's no further business to come before the membership, we will begin the door prize giveaways tonight. We will start with a live grand prize drawing for a Ford F-150 beater. After the winner is announced, we encourage everyone to remain online to view the winners of all the standard door prizes. The meeting of the members will recess immediately once all the door prizes have been announced and resume in Glen Ellen on May 5th, 2021. I'll take this opportunity to thank you for attending tonight, this virtual meeting. We hope you enjoy the door prizes and have a wonderful evening. Thanks again.